So the last of the series of the Game Boy challenges is Objective 11, and in this challenge we have to, well, either edit the game as it's running, so using a debugger, or alternatively you can save the game. I think that might be what of the hints referred. This is the way how I did it. So let me show you how you can beat the last game of the series. And it's going to be a little bit tricky here. First, we need to solve a tiny challenge. We need to travel to a place called Rusty Quarry in the Steampunk Island. I'm already there. Oh, there's my other character as well, by the way. So I use this one to actually play the game, and then for recording the videos I use the alternate info set, which reminds me I'm desperately running out of time. So yeah, you cannot see the time on the recording, but there's approximately 15 minutes until the submission deadline. I already submitted the video link, but I'm not competing. I just want to thank the creators of the challenges each year that they provide us these awesome high quality challenges. So I will keep on recording the videos even though the deadline passed, and probably people will submit their solutions. I'm just gonna keep on editing it, and I hope that today I will be able to record everything. So let's jump here to Rusty Quarry, and just like the other cases, this place will give us on the badge the objectives, even though we already completed the first two. And this challenge, this last challenge, is also 3 out of 5 Christmas trees. This took me a while to figure out, so I kind of felt this might be a little bit tougher, but yeah, it's not exactly the same as the Active Director one, which was rated 4 out of 5 Christmas trees. So I think this should be fairly good. Maybe Volume 2 can be rated as a 2, although that was also fairly complex. So it's about a 3 difficulty level challenge. And one thing that I would like to draw your attention to is, in this scenario, you need to talk to this little elf and then solve a mini challenge of navigating a labyrinth, basically. Now, this you can obtain by looking at, I think it's scene. Ooh, yeah, this will take a while to filter, because I have a ton of WebSocket messages passing by. I really hope that this will not break the burp that I'm running. Okay, so I managed to get there. So this is the message that will load the map for the location that you're navigating. And what you want to do for this challenge is you want to grab this map. I know it doesn't look like much, but if you paste it here and then you do a replace, I showed this trick in the past, so you can replace all. That's what I want to do. You can obtain the map of this location, and it looks kind of weird, right? So the reason is that I'm going to talk to the elf quickly and get the hint. So the reason and the hint that we're getting from the elf is that we do see the cartridge here, but we need to somehow get there. And the hint for this first part of the challenge does say bird's eye view. So my bad, a shiny spot on the ground. Now we try to zoom out, changing the camera angle. So this is a hint. I think the easiest way to get there is marking the location of the cartridge. So you need to figure out based on looking at this map and the layout here where the cartridge is. So it's right over here. I'm gonna mark it with X because X marks the spot. And then we're standing over this position here. I'm gonna use the @ symbol or something like that. And then you can just go, and starting from the the map, you can just walk backwards, replacing the characters. You can zoom in a little bit. So try to find your way out of this labyrinth. I already did that, so I'm not gonna waste time on this part here. I'm just gonna jump here to the labyrinth, and I already have this coloring. Now, one alternative way that you can leverage is that's not the end scene message, but the message that sets the, where am I here? That sets the location of the object. So set entities, and you can see that the Game Boy free item here is at this location. Now, if I move my character, I'm gonna try to do that one. This generates a message to the server. Now, I did try to modify this one, and maybe I was clumsy or something, but you cannot teleport here within the map. I mean, you can give it a try. They're going to kick you out to the open sea. So there's a detection on teleporting here, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, so let me know in the comments if you think that I'm mistaken. So instead, we're just gonna walk through this path. It's not difficult or anything, but you really need to create this map to make it easy, because the labyrinth itself is kind of basic, as you can see. So just making sure that I'm reaching this position, and there should be one straight narrow lane down to the south, and it's this one. I just have to make sure that my character is not jumping too much. So this first part is just a playful thing in the challenge. The rest is not really play to win, but you need to beat the game. Okay, so we are currently at this position here, so I just walked through this part. We shouldn't go entirely up, just this much, and then all the way to the left, then down. So we are over here, left, up, reaching this point. We're here. We're gonna walk to the, whoops, let's fix my map. Walk to the left all the way, then up. So we reach this point here. Wow, I keep ruining my map. Alrighty. And here I need to go all the way to the right, then up. So we reach this point. Then go down here. Get to this point. Go all the way back to here. So we just came from this place, and now I'm almost walking backwards. All the way to the left again. And here, I have to be careful not to go this direction, but go down on this path. This is a dead end, as you can see. And it's also marked here on the map that it's a dead end. All the way to the left again. Then down. Left. Up. So we just took this turn here. We're gonna go up here. That's where our little elf is standing. Again, X marks the spawn here on the map, because, you know, pirates, and then, and treasure and whatnot. And then I just took this 2 turns here, go all the way up to the left and down to the cottage. So we do have this item now in our little bag, and that's volume 3. Now, I still want to get the hints from the elf, so I have to go all the way back. I'm just kidding. We don't have to do that. So we can use teleportation here, luckily. That would have been really mean as a way to prevent people from jumping back. We can just teleport back, and we don't have to do this whole thing again. All right, so I'm going to talk to the elf now, just really quickly, going through the dialogue to get this next hint. And so here, save your progress. There's a built-in save game mechanism, but we'll cheat a little bit. I'm gonna jump through some parts of the game where you need to play the game, because it's not super exciting, and I'm really bad at it, so I do not want to embarrass myself. The important parts I will highlight, and I will show you how the initial game works and how buggy it is, because the coins are gonna overflow. So the deal is the same. As I load in the game cartridge, I do want to pay attention to the traffic passing by here. So I'm going to load this one in, and you can see that there is the game cartridge at volume free random keyboard dance /rom/game.gb. I already downloaded this one, so I'm just going to load the ROM and grab the game.gb file here. Here I actually don't care about the game anymore, so we're not going to play it here. You have to use an emulator. Now with BGB, you do have, actually I think if you hit escape, the debugger. I kind of walked away from this challenge of dealing with the debugger. So instead, I tried to focus on what the hints were telling me. There's no continue, no save data found. So there's a .save file when you look at the game. This is generated by the emulator, and we can use that and just put here everything. We can use that later, so we can take that save game file or potentially multiple of these files and compare it. But first, let's see how the game works. I'm going to disable the sound for this one. We don't need the sound part. So we're still looking for Tom Liston. At the end of this game, we are going to find that character as well. This is where we can save our game. Currently, we do not have coins, so I'm not that worried. And we need to play this, well, standard like platformer kind of game. We need to collect coins. So you collect 1 coin, you get 1 point. You collect the second coin and you get 11 points. And then 111 points. So yeah, it's a little bit buggy. Now, you can make it all the way to the end. It's fairly long, and you have to make sure that you're collecting the coins in the meantime, and it's all wonky and weird. And if you make a mistake, then you're back at the beginning, and you keep overflowing your coins, which is kind of weird. So this will lead to a point where if you play the game till almost the very end, I'll try to get there as fast as possible, but I have to be careful with these carrots. And with the emulator, you can save the game. So let's just try to get through these. I don't really need to collect the coins here. At least not for the moment. I try to just get to a point where we have a character that gives us a nice little hint. I think after this scene, I should have one. Oh no. Okay, maybe I will just reload one state where we can talk to the character instead of struggling here. So let me think. I do have states. Oh, not for this one. But for a different version of the game. Actually, the game version is the same. I have a different save game for this file name, so I'm trying to jump here. I can do continue, but it doesn't really matter because all I'm looking for is selecting a state. I think this one here is, yeah, before making a difficult jump. So I'm selecting this one, and I'm going to load this state in. So this is me already playing till the end. Cheating a little bit here, but I should have prepared one option where I don't have 99 coins. That's okay. The important thing that I want to show is here towards the end, you're going to meet a character. So this is after like 5 screens. But you will meet this character that will tell you that back in my sysadmin days, everyone was all about the 9s, 5 9s, but it's more like 3 9s. So the end goal is to get 3 9s. And you would think like, oh, that's easy. Well, you're just gonna collect the coins. For example, in the first part. So if you keep on doing that, I'm just gonna load the game here. You can just go, and if you consume coins here, you can see that they're gone. But as I go back here and get out, the coins will respawn. I can use that to go and keep on adding points to my character. And eventually, as I'm collecting these free coins on the very first scene, I'm going to reach a point where I have 899 coins. So with the last coin that I'm collecting, I should have 999 coins. But instead, I get this error message saying unable to set a 0FE. Okay, so just imagine that I did the collection. I already talked to the character at the very end, so I know that I need to collect 999 coins, and then I'm getting this error message. All right, so at this point, what you want to do is have probably 2 saved games. So I have one state for a saved game where I have 899 points, and I also have one after overflowing, so after collecting that coin. And after the overflow, well, I can show you how that looks like. Oh, that's the interesting part. So let me just load this one back. So we're jumping, collecting this, then it gives me the error message, and it overflows to 000. So I can never reach 999. But I can save my game, and so I'm just reverting back here. I can save the game where I have 899 points, load back the game, and then overflow and save the game again. You need to rename the files in order not to overwrite that save game file, because by default this game only saves one state for the game. Now the problem is that as you reload the game, so let's do I don't know, can I reload the game here, for example? Yeah. So oh, this one saved the game. Okay. Which is probably not a great thing to have. But as you I'm just thinking I might have to override the file again. So the wizard tells you that you are able to restore your coins after saving the game. It restores from the chaos. It shakes the game and you're back with your points. Now, if you're thinking that, okay, that means that if I overflow and then restore, it will restore 999 points. No, unfortunately, after overflow, if you save the game, it just restores all zeros, the overflowed coin value. Now, because I overwrite, I think the save game with the save that I use to kind of cheat the game, I'm just going to make sure that the save game is going to be rigged. Just give me a second here. I'm going to do that off screen, but I do have the modified game version here. So let me just go. I'm going to restart the emulator here. So we're going to have this one. But what I did is I made copies of the game saves. So I have one saved game where my state was 899 points. I had one state where it was overflowing, and then I will show you this last one here, this third one. But I can do the same trick here as I did it with the previous challenge, and I can analyze my saved games with vbindiff. So vbindiff in this case, oh, I already prepared this one here. Okay, no problem. I'll just use this terminal for a different purpose. So what I can recognize here in my 899 saved game is I see a bunch of 09s here, a couple of 08s, and I also see the FE value here, plus one value that is only 77. Now, again, do remember that the save game state was 899 points. So what if this is 8? Sorry, this is 9. This is 9 because I have two 9s, and 77 is going to be potentially the number 8, the representation of number 8. I might have said 77 in the past, so this is hex. This is not decimal, so I was mistaken if I did. Can't remember, but so hex 77 probably represents the character 8, and this is displayed in the game. Now, as we collect one more coin and overflow, the game state changed, and when I saved it, this is the overflow state here in the bottom. The values changed to all zeros, and for the positions where I have FE and 77, I have C7 now on all three positions. So C7 probably represents 0. So that means in order to get 999 points, I can again take my save game file and try to navigate. Just jump here, put these two aside, and try to navigate to the position. I already did the edit here, so I can try to get, can I highlight FE? There we go. I can edit the 77 to FE and then take the save game file and load that one in. So this is something that I already did. That's why overriding the game. Oh no, it was actually okay, I think, because I loaded the game GB1. Anyway, so I have this one here, which is the same game. I just renamed the ROM file, and I'm going to continue here. But I do have a saved game for this one, and this is the rigged saved game here. I'm going to tell the visitor to restore my points after loading the game. Restore. Earth-shaking magic, and at this point, because these are not overflowing now, but I hard-coded the point value, I get 999 points. I need to go to the very end of the game after we talked about that, talked with that character, and then make a very difficult jump. Now, I'm not going to do that here. You can try to do it on your own. I think that's the hardest part in this whole challenge, by the way. So I'm staying away from that. Here, I'm going to load in the point where you need to make that very difficult jump. So the problem is that before, I'm just going to go and load this one in. Before having 999 points, this jump is impossible because there's nothing on the other side. However, as you have 999 points, this little island will be visible after that. So you can try it on your own when you play the game, get to this point after talking to that character, get to the very end, and try to make this jump. This island here will not be present. Now, just because it's present, it doesn't mean that it's easy. So what you need to do is do a big jump, and you hold down the jump key, or fail miserably. So let's try it again. So this is kind of tough. Okay, one, and I didn't manage to jump. Worry not, I do have a save state when I actually make the jump. Okay, there we go. Okay, we still need to defeat one more character. That's very mean, by the way. You would think that, oh, I'm in the clear, and then the carrot figure comes. So once you make the jump, I think you should use your emulator's save game feature. So we're gonna go in, and this character here is Tom Liston, who we are looking for, and Tom is complaining that he was not able to collect coins, and Elf will be like, huh, what do you mean? Coins are overflowing. I managed to collect a ton of them. Okay, so gives us a password, to get out from this word. So ChatGPT or ChatNPT in this case is analyzing the passphrase. It is correct. That's not the passphrase that is the flag for the game. So just you have to play this little dialogue here, and then you have the ton of coins here. So Elf takes the coin. Tom is amazed by our achievement, joins us, and then once you have this whole little scene play out, that's the actual flag that you need to enter. So let's go back to the game and submit this flag. There was exclamation mark Tom plus Elf exclamation mark, and then submit, and we completed the challenge. I'm not sure if we're getting anything from the Elf, but let's talk to the Elf to get the full dialogue. So that's it. This is how I managed to solve this challenge. It took me a while, it took a couple hours, but I managed to figure it out at the end. And with this was the end of this Game Boy series. I think they were really fun, and you could learn a lot of good things from these on reverse engineering and debugging applications. It is absolutely possible to use the debugger. I just don't know how. I never debugged Game Boy games, and I'm not that comfortable with the debugger. It's something that I really should work on. Hopefully you liked this version of the solution, and give it a try with the debugger. The next challenge, it's not going to be a Game Boy challenge. I can't really remember. I need to peek. What's going to be the next one after this? Oh, it's not a number or NaN. This is a really fun one, very quick, but a very interesting vulnerability will be discovered in a game, and I was not aware that this vulnerability exists even, so it was a really fun one. Make sure that you check the next video with me to find out what this vulnerability is about.